Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Today I'm going to show you the most popular herb in the world. But what a lot of people don't realize is that there's more than one version of it. And some are in the dark about how to use it. I'm Billy Singh, acupuncturist, herbalist, and holistic diet coach here at Zeno's Acupuncture and Wellness in New Hyde Park, New York. So today, the herb that I'm going to be talking about is ginseng. Now, what you probably didn't realize is that there's at least 4 different types of ginseng out in the market. Today, we're going to talk about Chinese, Korean, American, and even Siberian varieties of ginseng, each of them with their own characteristics, tastes, temperatures, and functions. So the first one we have over here today is called renshen, which is Chinese ginseng. It is sweet, slightly bitter, and slightly warm. This is a tonic herb that supplements the source qi. This helps with supplementing the spleen and the stomach, the lungs, and helps generate body fluids and stops thirst. Now, this herb also helps with supplementing the qi of the heart and calms the spirit. So this helps with tonifying qi in deficiency patients with exterior problems. So this means it's highly effective in treating shortness of breath, cold limbs, profuse sweating, and cold limbs, lethargy, wheezing, palpitations, forgetfulness, and impotence. Now, it's important to also know that there is also Korean ginseng, which is also known as hongshen or red ginseng, which is reputed to be more warming and more powerful than its Chinese counterpart. The only time you do not ever want to use this herb, whether it's the Korean or the Chinese variety, is when you have high blood pressure, where the systolic number is 180 and over. Do not take that herb if you're on antidepressants, and hypoglycemia may occur when you're using that herb in combination with insulin and with other diabetic medications as well. Now, next up, we have American ginseng, better known as xiangshen. This is another tonic herb which is sweet, slightly bitter, and ranges in cooling to cold temperatures. So, with this in mind, some of the functions of xiangshen, or American ginseng, is similar to renshen, or Chinese ginseng, because the main focus of this herb is to help with addressing the yin aspect of your metabolism, whereas the renshen focuses on the yang aspect. And American ginseng also helps with tonifying your qi, generates fluids, nurtures the stomach, and nourishes it as well, and benefits the lung yin and clears fire from the lungs, sedates heat within the intestines, and stops bleeding. Therefore, it's used in conditions involving fatigue with thirst, dry mouth, dry cough, loss of voice, coughing up blood-streaked sputum, and depleted fluids. And because of its cooling nature, this is the best time to have this is really in the summertime, whereas renshen is best used in the wintertime. Now, next up, we have Siberian ginseng, better known as wujiapi. And the taste on this is pungent, bitter, and warm. And what makes this herb unique is that while it's part of the ginseng family, it doesn't have any tonifying effects like the other ginsengs just mentioned. This one is more coming from the category of herbs that dispel wind and dispel dampness. And this specifically is more for addressing arthritis conditions where the pain is worse in cold weather and rainy weather, and yes, even in snowbound weather as well. This is great for treating edema in the legs, great for strengthening the bones and sinews in both arthritic and traumatic conditions. So you'll see this herb more used in topical formulas like Bitachao or Dietaju, and this is especially very good in the elderly and weak patients with brittle bones themselves. Now, a couple of key pointers to mention with Chinese, Korean, and American ginseng is that while they can be used for treating certain ailments, you can also incorporate them into your own longevity programs or longevity rituals for general health and wellness. So the best time to use them would be technically between the ages of 35 and 40 and above. And if you're going to incorporate them into a longevity program, you should just start around just 3 grams, and 3 grams once a year at best. Now, with regards to treating specific ailments, that's a different scenario. So, for example, if I were to treat a patient for a particular condition where fatigue is just every day and they have chronic fatigue and just many other maladies, then the dosage range is going to go anywhere from 3 to 9 grams in conjunction with other herbs to access assistance and envoys. And the amount given would be either for a week or 2 weeks or even longer than that, depending on the situation, the ailment, and the pattern identification that the patient presents. So if you like what you saw here, click the like button, click subscribe, or click follow if you haven't already done so. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comment box, whether on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or if you probably want to DM me, you can do that on Instagram or TikTok. And if you want to make an appointment for consultation on acupuncture, Chinese herbal medicine, and holistic diet coaching, then call me at 516-557-6112. We are located at 1300 Union Turnpike, Suite 308, New Hyde Park, New York. And that being said, thanks for watching, and remember, healthy people are happier. Stay frosty, everybody.